Developing tonight, Wisconsin Republican lawmakers again try to abolish a ban on conversion therapy. More from the Capitol and what the outcome could mean for the state.
Plus, a new image shared with News 3 Now raises new concerns about inmate conditions at the Dane County Jail.
And we're following up on a call for action story we first brought to you about a local man who scammed dozens of people out of tens of thousands of dollars. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. A change with massive implications for Wisconsin's LGBTQ+ community, a Republican legislative committee voting to block conversion therapy.
Back in 2020, a state board within the Democratic governor's administration passed a measure that would ban conversion therapy. It stops therapists, counselors, and social workers from trying to change LGBTQ clients' gender identities and sexual orientations. The ban is also in place locally for at least 13 cities across Wisconsin, including Madison, Sun Prairie, Milwaukee, and Appleton. After a temporary block in 2020, Republicans again voted today to get it thrown out.
And political reporter Will Keneally was at the committee hearing today and joins us now with more. Will?
So the rule says that that therapists engaging in conversion therapy are acting unprofessionally, essentially like if they were committing fraud in their practices. And so Republicans on the committee today voted to throw out that rule, paving the way for therapists outside of those cities with a local ban to include conversion therapy in their practice. Republicans said that the vote today was not on conversion therapy itself, but rather on how much control that licensing board can exert over individuals' practices.
The question is, did the board go beyond their authority to even put that in the rule, conversion therapy, not whether conversion therapy is good or bad or indifferent. The question is, legally, did they overstep the authority the legislature had given to them? And I would argue they did.
A straight up or down vote on a statewide conversion therapy ban was introduced last session, but is rejected by the Republican-controlled chambers. Now, for their part, Democrats say that that licensing board does have that power and that a conversion therapy ban is needed. We'll hear more from them coming up tonight at 6. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
We will see you at 6, Will. Thank you. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Gary Canalti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, so far, we haven't seen any flakes of snow in the backyard. It's been mostly cloudy all day today, and we probably will still start seeing some snow showers or flurries this evening. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. There are plenty of clouds across the Midwest, very little in the way of sunshine anywhere around here. But you can see on Doppler track there have been some light snow showers in central Wisconsin that are starting to drift southward. High-resolution radar shows most of those right now across Marquette and Green Lake counties, moving into northern Dodge County north of Beaver Dam. But eventually we should see some scattered snow showers and flurries. 6-hour future track radar shows the potential at least for a couple of snow showers across southern Wisconsin through about midnight tonight. Current temperatures are just above freezing here in Madison. We're at 35, 37 in Janesville, but to the north temperatures are closer to the freezing mark, and out toward the Mississippi River they're below freezing. Here in Dane County right now it's 36 degrees in Edgerton, 35 degrees in Deerfield, and 35 degrees in Middleton. Planning your evening, look for mostly cloudy skies, again some scattered snow showers and flurries. Temperatures mainly in the lower 30s. Later on I'll take a look at a forecast that includes another warm-up this weekend and some rain chances early next week.
Gary, thank you. And new today, Attorney General Merrick Garland is appointing former federal prosecutor Robert Hur as a special counsel to investigate how President Biden still had classified materials from his time as vice president. President Biden's attorneys found the latest documents at his Delaware home. The first batch of classified documents were found at the former vice president's private office on November 2nd and then turned over to the National Archives. More documents were found at his home in December. House Republicans say they want to know what kind of danger the documents pose to national security.
Clearly, he has mishandled these classified documents. There's issues of concerns of national security. I've requested a threat assessment from the Director of National Intelligence.
I take classified documents and classified materials seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review.
Well, House Republicans have already launched an investigation looking into the Department of Justice and its handling of former President Trump's case.
Traffic is once again moving on the Beltline tonight after a car caught fire following a crash earlier today. Officials say it happened around noon in the westbound lanes north of Old Sauk Road. Video captured large plumes of smoke coming from the vehicle. It's unclear if anyone was injured or what caused the crash.
Also in Madison, a man was arrested today on possible child pornography charges. It's part of an ongoing investigation. The 25-year-old was arrested on High Point Oaks Lane this morning. The suspect is not being named at this time because charges are tentative. Jail records show the man faces 2 counts of possession of child pornography. That investigation is ongoing.
Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett shared a message with our lead investigator Naomi Coles this afternoon, showing how dirty the Dane County Jail's drinking water is. Take a look. The tweet read, "Dane County Jail water, demand better. We can do better." As you can see, the water in the coffee pot is a dirty brown, almost orange color. A new proposed Dane County jail has been stalled for years. The sheriff believes it would improve the conditions. Notes of regret and attempts at restitution. That's what we heard in Dane County Court today from a man that our Call for Action team exposed for scamming dozens of people out of tens of thousands of dollars.
Criminal charges have emerged in multiple counties across southern Wisconsin since then. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles brings us the latest. Naomi?
Tyler Hansen, known far and wide under at least 3 different company names, has prompted dozens of calls to our Call for Action team. And for the first time, he has his day in court.
Are you Mr. Hansen?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's the man our own Leah Linscheid tried.
I'm looking for Tyler.
And tried again.
I'm looking for your neighbor.
To find when she ran this report last August.
It was just a total nightmare. I mean, the communication wasn't there.
Our Call for Action team was handling more than 25 cases of customers scammed out of contractor work at the time. Dean Schrader was one of them.
Windows leak air, doors are damaged. Front door of the house, the molding's being held on packaging tape.
There are multiple counties that have similar charges against this defendant and his co-defendants. They've stolen over $200,000 in a similar manner.
Thursday, he appeared in court for one of those cases where prosecutors asked for a $10,000 bail. That's when Hansen spoke with his own story.
I mean, $10,000 bail is not something that I'm able to come up with. I'm working diligently to satisfy contracts and to give refunds. I've given over 80 refunds in the last year. I wouldn't be able to do that if I had to come up with that kind of money.
He and his wife and a third employee are facing charges all over Wisconsin.
There are cases in Sauk County, Adams County, Monroe County, Waukesha, Walworth, and Greene.
He says as he faces these criminal charges, he now has a real job, and he's trying to find his way back to restitution.
Incarcerated at this time under bail, I'm going to lose that job and the ability to pay these people back. And I've just paid 2 more customers back last week. You know, we're working really hard to do that.
That convinced Judge David Conway to forego a cash bond.
So I'm going to allow a signature bond.
This case, or rather cases, is far from over. Our Call for Action team is in touch with more victims you'll hear from soon, and we've helped several of them get their money back from Hansen as well.
Naomi, thank you. And new at 5, some are calling for a Republican member of the Wisconsin Elections Commission to resign following his comments in an email sent to fellow Republicans. In that email, Commissioner Robert Spindell reportedly bragged about GOP efforts to suppress votes in Milwaukee. Urban Milwaukee first reported Spindell wrote in part, quote, "Republicans can be especially proud of the city of Milwaukee casting 37,000 less votes in Black and Hispanic areas." Spindell talked to us today about whether the remarks were racist.
Well, I'd say that they're anything but. I would never promote anything that would be considered racist or suppression. And if you take a look at the analysis, the drop-off was mainly in the Hispanic and in the Black areas. I can't make that up. Those are some facts, and the Democrats obviously don't like to recognize that they, in fact, they did not do particularly well in those areas.
Spindell served as one of the 10 fake Republican electors in Wisconsin who attempted to cast electoral votes for then-President Trump following the 2020 election. He currently faces 3 pending lawsuits regarding that scheme. Hear more from him on Sunday on For the Record at 10:30.
More than 7,000 nurses are returning to work in New York City after a 3-day strike. The union reached a tentative deal with Montefiore Health System and Mount Sinai Health System. The 3-year contract includes a pay increase, enhanced benefits, and a better work environment to ensure safer patient care. Nurses still need to approve the deal before it is finalized. A new report shows cancer death rates have dropped dramatically in the last 3 decades, but advanced stage prostate cancer deaths are on the rise. Bradley Blackburn has more.
Jerry Jackson is a 69-year-old grandfather who says he owes the last decade of his life to a simple blood test.
If I hadn't had that, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you.
In 2013, after his PSA test came back elevated, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer and needed radiation therapy.
How are you doing today?
100%.
Prostate cancer is highly curable if detected early, but a new report from the American Cancer Society shows since 2011, cases of advanced stage prostate cancer have increased 4 to 5% every year. More men are dying from the disease, even as cancer deaths overall have dropped 33% over the last 3 decades.
More than 290,000 individuals will hear that they have prostate cancer this year.
CEO Dr. Karen Knudsen says confusion over cancer screening may be one reason cancers are being diagnosed later, after a shift in some guidelines years ago.
Would encourage individuals to have an informed decision with their physician about prostate cancer testing. But PSA is a blood test that can give an indication of whether someone may be developing or has developed prostate cancer, alongside a physical exam. This itself has no inherent harm to the individual.
The group recommends men talk to their doctors about their risk and start testing at age 50. But for some, testing may need to begin earlier. Black men have higher rates and are more likely to die from prostate cancer compared to white men.
It's been positive talking to, especially in the African-American community, about different health issues. The one I know about is prostate cancer.
Conversations that can save lives. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
If you were driving in Columbia County, you may have seen some unfamiliar green lights on county vehicles. New legislation was passed in late 2022 approving the use of fluorescent green warning lights on municipal and county vehicles, and they are only for those municipal and county vehicles, not on privately owned vehicles. The restricted use of these lights will help drivers to distinguish between highway maintenance workers clearing roadways and privately owned vehicles clearing parking lots and driveways.
And so we're looking at ways to try to make our equipment more visible so people could connect what we're doing with being on the road, working on the road.
Columbia County went with green because it's more visible, especially at night or during bad weather. As yellow lights are phased out on county trucks, they will gradually be transitioned to the green lights. Coming up, Gary has our latest complete forecast.
Plus, the suspect in the Idaho College murders was back in court today. We'll take you to the courtroom after the break. And then tonight at 6, the latest on a pair of sexual assaults that happened in the same neighborhood just minutes apart and what you can do to protect yourself.
And after some good news on inflation numbers, the Dow jumps another 217 points. The Nasdaq up almost 70. S&P 500 added 13.5, and we'll be right back.
Ashley's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late to our warehouse and must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% while it lasts. Plus, get 60-month special financing store-wide, only at Ashley.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s was a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s hit. And I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. longer. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late and must be sold. Whirlpool microwaves now just $199. Amana washer and dryer pairs now just $9.99. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Coming up at 6, LGBTQ+ leaders react to Republicans' push to reverse the state's ban on conversion therapy. Will Keneally breaks down the legislative process ahead and what it will mean for the LGBTQ community. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed. More than $500,000 recovered. And we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Idaho quadruple murder suspect Brian Kohberger went before a judge this morning. Today's hearing tees up more critical legal moves as prosecutors build their case against him and classmates of the 4 victims return to campus life. Chris Wynn has more.
In Moscow, Idaho, Brian Kohberger, the man charged with killing 4 college students, was back in court Thursday morning. The hearing, mostly procedural, was considered an important step as prosecutors pushed toward a trial. One defense attorney watching the case says the circumstantial evidence, like Kohberger's phone records, are a challenge for the state.
He lived near this area. He went to school near this area. Just because he was in the vicinity, how long is the range for a cell phone to ping? So there's all of these different avenues to undercut some of that forensic evidence.
Students are back on the University of Idaho campus this week after being away on winter break. Many relieved that there's been an arrest. Yet the lingering question, why did this happen?
Kohberger was going about his daily life. He was going to class. He was interacting with people. All of these statements are going to help investigators hone in on the big question, what is the motive?
But the eventual answer may bring little consolation to the families still reeling from their loss. The father of victim Madison Mogan saying he couldn't get through the recently unsealed affidavit describing the crime scene.
I broke down and I just cried. I could only take so much of that, and I just I cried. I still haven't read the rest of it.
Kohberger's probable cause hearing set for June 26. The judge ruling that he be held without bond until then. I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Kohberger was a graduate student at Washington State in nearby Pullman, Washington. He was home for the holidays in Pennsylvania when he was arrested on December 30th.
China is renewing its longstanding threat to attack Taiwan, warning the U.S. and its allies to mind their own business. Meanwhile, troops in Taiwan are busy showcasing their military strength, conducting mock military missions to assure the public the democratic island can protect itself. China recently ramped up military drills near the Taiwan Strait, but the Pentagon is downplaying any immediate danger.
Whether or not that means that an invasion is imminent, I seriously doubt that.
China claims Taiwan as part of its territory, even though the self-governing island separated from the mainland back in 1949. The Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington ran through 24 possible war game scenarios and found while Taiwan would likely defeat China with help from allies, the U.S. and Japan would face enormous losses. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us. Gary?
Well, it's been cloudy all day today, but we haven't seen much in the way of snow flurries. We are starting
starting to see some very light snow showers and flurries up around Marquette and Green Lake counties over toward, say, Berlin and areas farther to the south into Dodge County. You'll start seeing some snow showers, Beaver Dam and Waupun probably, and then eventually areas north of Madison. We'll see those over the next couple of hours. A little wider view on Doppler track shows these snow showers mainly through central Wisconsin. There's actually a little trough of low pressure that's dropping southward, and I'm not looking for anything really to accumulate, but the potential is there at least for some brief snow showers and flurries. Still quite a bit of snow on the ground in the northern part of Wisconsin, over 2 feet of snow over parts of northwestern Wisconsin, but the southern portion of the state, very little in the way of snow cover, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. In fact, 3 things you need to know. Look for the cloudy and colder weather to continue, and then we're just going to be looking at a warm-up as we head into next week. Sunshine returns for tomorrow and Saturday, and then dry weather for the weekend, but the next weather system early next week will bring some rain. If we look at the drought monitor, Wisconsin's in pretty good shape, but to the south, abnormally dry conditions across Illinois, and then drought conditions starting to develop across parts of southwestern Minnesota and in northwestern Iowa. In fact, the worst drought across the country is actually in parts of Nebraska and Kansas with exceptional drought, a severe to exceptional drought there. But notice out west, the situation has improved quite a bit. Most of this is long-term drought, reservoirs and that sort of thing. But again, these weather systems have been pounding the west coast, continue to move in, and to the south and east, severe weather, a squall line with some damaging tornadoes moving through parts of Alabama earlier today. Planning your night, look for mostly cloudy skies, some evening snow showers and flurries. Low 26 in Verona, 26 in Windsor, and 26 degrees in Cross Plains. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 27 for the low in Janesville, 23 in Prairie du Chien, and 20 for the overnight low temperature in La Crosse. They'll probably see skies start to clear a little bit toward tomorrow morning. Then for tomorrow, we'll see skies become partly sunny, but it will be a little colder with a high temperature of 30 degrees. Our first warned 7 to 10 day forecast calls for temperatures to go from 30 on Friday, back up to 37 on Saturday, and 41 degrees on Sunday. So we're back to above normal temperatures. The average high temperature should be in the upper 20s. We'll be in the mid-40s for the Martin Luther King holiday, but we'll see rain showers from Sunday night into Monday. Maybe a little snow mix again before that ends late Monday night. Tuesday and most of Wednesday will be dry. The rain snow shower chance arrives late Wednesday afternoon, and then we'll see snow or a mixture of rain and snow Wednesday night into Thursday. And there could be some minor accumulations, especially north of Madison, highs in the mid-30s. Another weather system as we head into next weekend could bring another chance for snow. High temperatures then will be at or slightly below freezing. As we check out first warned traffic right now, here's the live view of the Beltline, and this is at Rimrock Road, and you can see traffic is pretty busy in both directions. Just a bit of a slowdown, but it's mainly right around the Rimrock Road area. So right now, travel being affected just a little bit on the Beltline, just slightly elevated travel times, about an 18-minute trip on the eastbound Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate, 15 minutes going back in the westbound direction. It's 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. US 12 middle to Sauk City is a 16-minute trip. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 19 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warned traffic.
Thank you, Gary. Next at 5, the latest inflation report shows consumer prices are dropping. We'll have the details when we return.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength. And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
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 They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Did you know Masterforce has thousands of tools at Menards? Any tool you want, we have. There are hammers, drills, pliers, levels, wrenches, grinders, sanders, compressors, nailers, workbenches, blowers, chainsaws, floor jacks, knee pads, work lights, fans. And that's just a taste. Come check out the wide range of products from Masterforce, exclusively at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid, it pays to pick a plan with the benefits you want. With the iCare Medicare plan, members receive a spending account card that gives them $150 total per month to spend on food, OTC items, utilities, or even rent. Members also have a $0 copay for all covered Part D drugs and dental and vision coverage. Call to speak with a licensed sales agent who will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland Furniture.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. For the first time in nearly 3 years, inflation has fallen on a monthly basis.
This trend was revealed in a key economic report out today, which could make your next trips to the gas pump a little less painful. Isabel Rosales is in Washington to break it all down.
Today, we've got some good news.
President Joe Biden touting progress on the economy.
Even though inflation is high in major economies around the world, is coming down in America month after month.
As new data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released Thursday reveals a decline in month-over-month consumer prices for the first time since May 2020.
Over the past 3 months, core inflation has come down to 3% on an annualized basis. That's down from more than 6% at the beginning of 2022.
The December Consumer Price Index shows overall inflation decreasing by 0.1% from November. The costs of new and used vehicles, airline fares, and personal care items down. The overall decline largely attributed to the falling price of gas, dropping by 9%.
My administration took action to get oil onto the market and bring down prices. Now gas is down more than $1.70 from its peak.
But Greg McBride of Bankrate says those improvements aren't being seen across the board.
In addition to shelter costs, food costs continue to rise, electricity, vehicle insurance, even household supply, the type of things that you're buying on a regular basis.
The data also shows the cost of food, though still rising, grew at the smallest monthly rate in nearly 2 years. And while there could be a light at the end of the inflation tunnel, the economy still has a long way to go. In Washington, I'm Isabel Rosales.
The Fed is still weighing an increase to interest rates to help in cooling the economy, but if the actions they take are too aggressive, they could risk speeding up a recession.
In fact, 2 in 3 economists believe the U.S. will enter a recession this year. And we're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
It's Steinhoffel's Dream Vacation Giveaway. Test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress at Steinhoffel's for your chance to win a trip to Hawaii. And right now, save up to $600 on Beauty Rest Black adjustable base sets. Plus, get $200 in Steinhoffel's cash. Queen Beauty Rest Black mattresses start at just $42 a month with Steinhoffel's 72-month financing. So test rest a Beauty Rest Black at Steinhoffel's for your chance to win a dream Hawaiian vacation. Only at Steinhoffel's.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's providing guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side, helping with the important decisions. Not just for your medical care, but for your family's peace of mind. The Lawton Cates team combines experience and genuine compassion, because we know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today for a free consultation.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Gary is back. Final check of the forecast.
Right now we're watching for flurries, but you can see on the live view from the Edgewater Skycam, not seeing any out there right now. Most of those appear to be north of Dane County, say from around Columbus to Beaver Dam and northward from there. And they're not very heavy, but if you look at 6-hour future track radar, there's the possibility we could see some snow showers and flurries, probably most of those ending around midnight. Temperatures right now are above freezing most areas, a little colder out toward La Crosse, but here in Dane County, Madison 35 in Belleville, and 35 degrees right now in Sauk City.
All right. Gary, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.